You mentioned a couple of things. We also have a rule that the buyer should be talking 70% of the time and the salesperson 30%. They should be listening. But I think salespeople, when they come upon questions that we get all of the time, it's really easy to just say, I know the answer to that. I know what you messed up. Let me tell you how you messed up, or let me tell you the right answer, without stopping first and asking questions and letting them discover it, letting them find the magic in the answer for themselves. If we just say it, they can't believe it. But if they discover it, if they come to that conclusion, we have a rule: people don't argue with their own data. So when they bring you the answers because you asked a really smart question, they believe that 100%, right? Salespeople, not so much.
Exactly. And also, talking too much is a way of pushing. It's a way,
Right.
it's a way. And again, there is an improv. You learn that there is what is called a status shift in every scene. Somebody has the higher status and somebody has the lower status. And part of being a salesperson and closing a deal or a transaction is making sure that that client has high status in the scene. So,
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's amazing how much of sales is actually status based and emotion based, that we think it's about a logical justification. If we give them an ROI and we prove to them through the numbers that if they give us $100, we'll give them $200 in value, that they will buy it. But in reality, for it just to be mathematical, it really needs to be like a 5 or 10 to 1 return. And two, most of the people buy because they're emotionally involved. You're solving a problem for them. They want something that they don't currently have, or those wants all come down to status symbols and fears and safety and security and all those good things, right?
Remember, this is something that we've learned in business over the last few years. Your client does not want to be a co-star in your show. They don't want to be a co-star for your brand. They do not want to be a spokesperson for your brand. They want your products and services to act as a backdrop, context, and stage so they can be the star of their show. This is very different in the way that we collaborate with customers. In the old days, somebody wanted to be a part of the Pepsi generation, or they wanted to be a part of the Disney family, or they wanted to be identified by the brands they use. And now those brands and service, everyone's a personal publisher. Everyone has their own YouTube channel, or they've got their own, they've got their Facebook page, they've got their Instagram page. So they think of themselves as the center of their story, their narrative. We use this word narrative all the time, but it's true now. People see themselves as the hero archetype. And they, and this is helpful if you're trying to train employees. You have to realize that it's not enough, and they know this at Disney now. It's not enough to just do it for the memory of Walt anymore. We learned when I was there, we had to learn how to articulate what is in this for you. What is it? Okay, yeah, it's great that you do this for our shareholders, our stakeholders, the guests, but ultimately, what is in this? What is the power you're going to get? How do we articulate that as you make us strong, you're going to get stronger, whether you're going to continue to work for us or not? And at Disney, many people moved on to many of us moved on to other careers, or we moved on to other industries or other huge corporations. But we took with us what we were willing to give. We took with us what we were willing to give, because what you give stays with you forever.
Yeah.